All right, so this one is on identifying function types. I'm not exactly sure what all your choices are going to be, but I wanted to show you two that I know that we haven't gone over yet, and it's because they're not Algebra 1, they're Algebra 2, but it was on this. This is old Algebra 1 standards. So cubic function, it's going to be going in opposite directions on the end, and what you could have is you could have something that looks like this, okay? So there could be up to 3 x-intercepts, and you can see that here and here you've got those two curves. So this one is technically a cubed, even though it only has one intercept. This little bend right here tells us that it's cubic. So this one's a cubic, and then remember, quadratic is going to be U-shaped, absolute value is going to be V-shaped, linear is going to be a line, and exponential is going to have a flat part on one side and a steep part on the other. Okay? Yeah, steep. I was right the first time. Steep. All right. So this one's our next one. And this one is a square root function. So this would be like square root of x. Now, the reason why this one has this ending point right here and there's nothing on the other side is what we end up with is we have an equation, in this case looks something like this, square root of x plus 4 and then minus 3. So remember, we cannot have a square root of a negative. That's not allowed. So look on the inside. You set the inside equal to 0, solve for x. That's going to be this ending point right here. And the reason why it goes to the right and not to the left is because if we had anything less than, so x cannot be less than -4, because anything less than -4 would end up giving us a negative underneath the square root sign. All right, so x at x equals -4 is our cutoff, and this would actually have a limit on our domain, and we haven't talked about this in a while, but a limit of our domain of x is greater than or equal to -4. All right, so those are the only values for x that would work for this, because anything less than -4, I would have a negative under the square root sign. So that's how you know a square root function kind of looks like a Nike swoosh, but it has an ending point, okay? Ending point. That's different than a quadrat or an exponential. Remember, exponential has an arrow on both ends. This one has an ending point on the left. It's the only one that we've seen that has an ending point. So that's how you know if it is a square root function or not.